better than mine. I can't be happy with what I've got when what she has is better.
Was the episode Hammerbarn an actual analogy of Chili thinking that maybe she wanted to leave Bandit? That is just one of the crazy theories from this episode. So g'day cheeky dogs, we're going to be breaking down the episode Hammerbarn today from season 2. All of the theories, the lessons, the hidden Easter eggs and video game references. There were way more than what some people thought there were in this episode. As well as the censorship that happened with this episode in both the books and in Southeast Asia on Disney+. The voice actor cameos, the Aussie references, the locations, literally every little detail that maybe you might have missed in this episode.
We're going to Hammerbarn.
Yeah, Hammerbarn!
Gee, his lawn's looking great.
This episode of Bluey is called Hammerbarn.
Oh, side note as well, yeah, the trolleys, like the way that the girls are facing, that doesn't exist in Australia. That was like another really common question on Reddit. But yeah, sadly, no, that's not how trolleys work in Australia. They're facing the other way towards the parent.
Oh, bingo! These can be our houses. Yeah, this is my yard and that's yours. Yeah!
So if you love the episode Hammerbarn, make sure you hit that like button down below, as well as that subscribe button, and that bell for notifications so you know whenever I release any other Bluey breakdown videos. But let's start off with the crazy theory that came out of this, and that was that Chili was thinking of leaving Bandit. Now, this popped up on Reddit, and the main kind of theory idea behind this was the fact that like Bluey was kind of like replicating that kind of situation, and a couple of the lines that Bandit and Chili had said at the start.
Well, nothing lasts forever.
Yeah, I guess. Gee, his lawn's looking great.
Mom, Bingo's husband is better than mine.
Just try and be happy with what you've got, okay?
I can't be happy with what I've got when what she has is better.
So this kind of got interpreted as like maybe Chili was thinking like the grass is greener on the other side in terms of like a husband, because then we see Bluey, of course, being so happy with a new husband.
Here.
Thanks, Mom. Hello, new husband.
And then, of course, we see Chili at the very end, like, reconsidering this by looking at Bandit when she says it's got character.
It's just got character. Looks a bit bodgy.
No, it's just got character.
Now, I, of course, think this is actually honestly a bit of a stretch. There's a lot of other, like, fan theories about, like, Chili and Bandit and, like, thinking of separating, divorcing, leaving, going to other partners. I've talked about those two theories before in my most hated theories videos. I'll leave a playlist up there for it and at the end of this video. However, yeah, I don't think this is the case whatsoever. I think it was just them trying to show the moral lesson of one of the many lessons in this episode. The grass is always greener on the other side when really, no, it's not.
Well, the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence.
What does that mean? Oh, but that pizza flipper is all I want in the whole world. Okay. Thanks, Bingo. Cook, 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 flip. The dining table. Aww.
The idea is also that they're trying to show that you shouldn't judge a book by its cover, and they show that example by the house having character, but also the pizza. You shouldn't judge how it looks because, yeah, it's got character. It's actually more than what it appears to be.
Oh my goodness.
What is it?
This is amazing.
Hooray!
So I really think that that was just them focusing on that part of the lesson and not something nefarious. There is, of course, also the indie mom theory with this. I've already done a video about that as well. So again, links up here, links down below if you want to check that out.
We're at the checkout.
Now, I want to talk about my favorite Easter eggs in this, which is from the Nintendo video game Fire Emblem Three Houses, which happens to be a very big favorite of a lot of the Bluey animators, lead art directors, and background artists as well. 2 seconds on Twitter will show you how much they all love it, so it's not surprising that they hid loads of Easter eggs in this episode Hammerbarn.
Years ago, we fought here as classmates.
As big class reunions go, this one's gotta be the worst in history. What should we do, Teach?
Kill every last one of them!
Now, the one that most people had already figured out was on the shelves. They had 3 names up there. So they had Dimitri, Edelgard, and Claude. These are the names of the main characters from Fire Emblem. However, Claude is upside down, which is referencing a whole meme about him being upside down on the box art. Now, aside from this, there is another couple of references. The employee board that you see as they're walking into the store, all the employees on that are actually characters, again, from Fire Emblem, the 3 houses, most specifically from the Black Eagles class. We also have another character, Dedu. He is one of Dimitri's vassals, and his name is also referenced. They also seem to have a couple of words like so maybe that's for emblem, of course.
Will is also referenced in the garden section as well.
and some other ones like these two that I couldn't quite figure out. So if you are a huge Fire Emblem fan, let me know in that comment section down below if you know what these two things mean. Some of the other hidden Easter eggs in this though is of course our long dog. We do see one, he is brown, and right at the very end of the episode we see him on the boxes behind Bluey and Bingo.
Bluey, relax!
She's taking my husband!
I might meet you in the car.
There is also the ongoing Easter egg of Cornelius, Winton's dad, holding 2 sausage sizzles in his hand. Sausage sizzles, of course, are also a big Aussie reference in this. Like, they are always at Bunnings. There's a stand outside. It's usually for some type of charity. And yeah, that's why the girls had sausage sizzles, but that's also why we see him with them. And again, like I said, this is a constant throughout a lot of different episodes as well. We see him with these holding all the time. And one of the background animators did also talk about this too.
Can't have too many of these.
The gnomes are also a bit of a reference as well, and a little Easter egg. So Hecuba is actually the name of the Queen of Troy from Greek mythology.
Hello, my name is Hecuba. Oh, hello, Hecuba. My name's Gerald.
And Gerald is named after Who's Gerald, which is Dave McCormack's first band before he was in Custard. We also see the little beaver toys as well, which of course is a fun, like, just little kind of detail really that you might have missed, because beavers of course are builders, so I love that they're used as the mascot for Hammerbarn, a building shop.
Check it out! New pizza oven! Pretty sweet, eh? I just got it from Hammerbarn.
Ooh.
We're going to Hammerbarn.
Yeah, Hammerbarn!
Now, of course, the shop is Bunnings in real life. So that is the next really fun Easter egg, is that the location is a real location in real life. Bunnings, of course, has the huge hammer on it, which is why they called it Hammerbarn. And of course, in February 2024, they rebranded a whole heap of Bunnings around Australia to become Hammerbarns.
Tommy!
I'm going to aisle 300.
Okay, we'll head to the garden centre.
And Hammerbarn was so popular that they even also made a toy out of it as well. However, the toy is 4 stories, which is not what Bunnings is like in real life. At max, some of the really big ones might be like 2 floors.
Ooh, you can be my husband.
Now, I want to talk about the censorship that happened with this, both on the Disney Plus version as well as in the books too. So, on the Disney Plus version in, what a surprise, Southeast Asia, so Indonesia, Malaysia, and Thailand, their version of it is pretty chopped up. Any scene where Bluey or Bingo say a husband has been cut out.
Ooh, you can be my husband. Hey, no fair, I want a husband too. Hello, husband. What about for my husband?
Someone's husband eventually gets it.
And where Bluey says that, like, her mom says, like, you know, she can't have it all, that is also cut out too, which is really interesting.
Oh, it's that lady who said we can't have everything we want. Don't listen to her, Rhonda.
But let's talk about what happened with the book, because it looks like the book was published by 2 different publishers, and depending on which one you got, one of them says husband, just like it does in the show, but the other one says good friend. And it appears that the reason behind this is possibly because it's called Hecuba, like the gnome, and Hecuba, as I mentioned before, is the name of a female, the Queen of Troy from Greek mythology. So perhaps they were worried about, like, people thinking Hecuba as a husband was maybe trans or something to do with like LGBTQ+, and they were worried about publishing it. Ladybird was the publisher who changed it. So that's like the only possible reason people can think of as to why maybe they might have changed it from husband to good friend. And honestly, it just doesn't quite work really if they just say good friend.
Ooh, you can be my
Good friend.
But moving on from the censorship, let's talk about some of those voice actor cameos. So we had 2 in this episode. The first one, of course, was the Bunnings employee that we see Bandit talk to at the very beginning of the episode. That was voiced by Hamish Blake, who's a famous Australian comedian and TV presenter, and also the voice of Jack's dad.
All 300 left at the fake grass. If you hit a flamingo, you've gone too far. Lulu, what would we do without sat-nav?
In 100 meters, turn.
Hey, what? Turn where? Turn where?
The second voice actor is Hamish's wife, Zoe Foster Blake. She is the voice of the cashier, and again, also the voice of Jack's mum too. So obviously they liked them so much in this episode Hammerbarn that they decided that, yeah, they were also gonna put them in as Jack's parents.
Hi guys, I have to scan all your stuff, okay? Wow, that was a lot of detail.
Yeah!
Good boy, Jack.
Some of the other fun little details that maybe you might have missed include the music. They did use a snippet from the very famous song Hallelujah, which is from Handel's Messiah, and this plays during the scene where the girls find all the color swatches.
Bluey, look! It's everything we want! Are these all for free?
Yes, they're all for free.
Hey!
We also get some cool little like snippets of Lucky's like house in general that we don't normally see. For example, the carport and the fact that his dad looks like he drives a ute. We never see this carport again either. But there also looks like there's maybe a chicken pen or a guinea pig house in their backyard as well. And of course, what a surprise, a footy in the background, because we know that they are a super sporty family.
Come on, the green and gold.
Yeah! Some other little meta jokes is Chili, of course, hums the theme song for Bluey while she's shopping around. And there is a little joke to the episode, The Sleepover. So when the employee says the little comment about the flamingos, some people think that this is definitely a reference to the sleepovers where Muffin does hit the flamingo because she has gone too far.
Hey, mate, where are your pizza ovens?
All 300 left at the fake grass. If you hit a flamingo, you've gone too far.
Now, overall, there were a lot of lessons in this episode. Like I mentioned at the start, there was the whole lesson of like, you know, the grass isn't always greener on the other side.
Well, the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence.
Don't judge a book by its cover.
Okay, kids, are you ready for the best pizza you've ever tasted?
Yeah!
Looks a bit bodgy.
Oh my goodness.
What is it?
This is amazing.
But there was also the lesson of being happy with what you've got and that not everything in life is free.
This is what happens when you aren't happy with what you've got. Someone's husband eventually gets it.
Now, of course, there was a little bit of irony with both of the lessons in this. The grass isn't always greener on the other side, and not everything is free because, as we see, yeah, some things in life can be free.
You can't just get new stuff all the time.
Why not?
Because stuff costs money. There's no magical place where everything's just free.
Are these all for free?
Yes, they're all for free.
Hey!
And I think that's kind of meant to be a bit of the joke in it, is that parents will try to teach us these lessons, but they're not hard set rules. There are sometimes like little gray areas in it, but that doesn't mean that the moral or the value of that lesson doesn't hold up. The girls still didn't get 2 gnomes in the end. They only got 1 because of their actions.
Poor Heckgiver. You always loved hamburgers.
Although I do wonder why Chili didn't just tell them to share or take turns. Like that also would have, you know, worked out too. But I guess it doesn't follow in with like the lesson that they were trying to teach in this episode. Overall for me though, I really love the Hammerbarn episode. I think it was such a strong start to season 2. And also depending on where you are, Hammerbarn is either the first or the second episode, depending if you watch it on Disney or ABC. Dance Mode, of course, again, also alternates with being the first or the second. But yeah, I think it was such a super strong start to season 2. And for me, honestly, it's a 5 out of 5 episode. I absolutely love the lessons in it. The jokes in it are so good. It is one of the most quotable episodes, I think.
So how many BTUs has this one got?
Bluey!
It's probably another Bluey.
So, cheeky dogs, let me know in that comment section down below what you thought of this episode, the theories, the hidden details in it, what you loved about it, and how many long dogs you would give it out of 5 as well. Don't forget as well, while you're down there, to hit that like button, subscribe button, and bell for notifications so you know whenever I release any other Bluey videos. But until then, I have picked you cheeky dogs out a few other videos, like the other stuff to do with Hammerbarn over here, that maybe you would like to watch, and I will see you all in another video. Mwah!